So this VIBGR, VIBBGGYOR, that is a 9-color VIBGR society formed under the IGEL in order to fulfill IGEL objective and perform efficiently. The institution has structured its member according to their expertise in a particular discipline of engineering under society and named as 9-color VIBBGGYOR. The institution has 9 engineering divisions and all the team working towards United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. Each society progressed through elected executive committee headed by the chairman of the society. Presently, Green 9 and Violet 1 are inactive by conducting good number of activities. More on with respect to the heads. A Violet 1 working for waste. Indigo 3 Next Generation Transport, SDG 8, 9, 15. Blue 5 Build Environment, SDG 11. Brown 7 for Intelligent Agriculture, SDG 8, 12 and 15. Green 9 Energy Efficiency Research Group, which was very active from 2014, working towards United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 7 and 13. Grey 2 working for Clean Air and Water, SDG 6 and 15. Yellow 4 Smart Health and Wellness, working towards SDG 3. Orange 6 working towards SDG 9 and 12. Red 8 working towards Safety and Standards, SDG 9 and 12. So the activities which presently inactive under the IGEL: Energy Research with Green 9, Energy Saving with Energy Saving Club. We have 20 Energy Saving Club called NSAVE Club in Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Kerala, Karnataka. Junior Innovation Club with Young Green Innovators Army, Senior Innovation Club with Green I2P Consortium, Waste Management Club, Endowment Lecture, Memorial Lecture, International Conference, NSAVE Summit, IGEN Awards and IGEN Publication. This is about the IGEN. So it is very warm welcome to the IGEN first 12-hour virtual conference, Energy. So it is a great to see so many enthusiastic participants celebrating digitally 50th International Earth Day 2020 throughout the world. On this occasion, IGEN and its partner organization joining 50th Earth Day celebration through 12 hours 40 speaker virtual conference titled Energathon 2020. Energathon 2020 enlightened with technical talk, technical debate, panel discussion, live case study presentation, feedback on participants, which all connected with United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. We have 6 themes. Theme 1 today discuss about SDG Goal 6 and 13. Team 2 discuss about Goal 10. Team 3 discussed about Goal 7 and 9. Team 4 discussed about Goals 11. Team 5 discussed about Goal 8. Team IGEN and partners very big happy to welcome our great scientist Padma Shri Dr. Mailsamy Annadurai sir. Very welcome sir. NDRF Chairman, IE India, Chandrayaan 1 and 2 Project Director and former Director ISRO. So through his inspiring speeches, he has become a motivating force among the Indian student community. During his interaction with students, he discussed about a range of topics, starting from giving a glimpse about his students' life to professional life in ISRO. After serving more than 30 years, space engineering, satellite making, etc., which motivated millions of young minds to fine-tune their life careers. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your very big motivational talk, because a lot of kids, even my daughters, like that, lot of kids was inspired by your way of activities and inspirational talk. Thank you. And next, I am very happy to welcome Ms. Karuna Singh ma'am, Regional Director, South Asia Earth Day Network, and Mr. Ajay Mittal, Director, Climate Change India and South Asia Earth Day Network, who accepted our invitation and part of Energathon. We are privileged to welcome all the participants on live in our IGEN SDG Plus channel and Facebook and we have the partners Facebook and partners YouTube channels. All lives are going on. Thank you that we had participants of around 1,000 participants registered for this event. I take this big opportunity to thank all our partners who supported strongly to execute Aijan Energerthon. 100-year institution, the Institution of Engineers India, Tiruvallur Local Center, Engineer Without Border Chennai Chapter, Power Projects India, APJ Abdul Kalam International Foundation, National Youth Council of India, Agathiam Charitable Trust, Fever 91.9 FM Chennai, Win News. To all of you, thank you for being here. Welcome and enjoy the conference. Thank you, Gokul.
Thank you, Dr. Ramesh. We again welcome everyone for this Energython 20, the Marathon Virtual International Conference. So we are so happy to see our inaugural speech by our Padma Shri Dr. Mailsamy Annadurai. Before his talk, let us see a brief introduction about him. Dr. M. Annadurai. He was currently a Vice President in Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, also Board of Directors in NDRF, that is National Design Research Forum of IEI. He is listed among 100 Global Thinkers of 2014 on Top the Innovator. Annadurai is a former Distinguished Scientist of Indian Space Research Organization and he was a Director of ISRO Satellite Center, ISAC, Bangalore. Annadurai leads a team of more than 2,500 engineers and scientists engaged in the design, development and production of satellite for Indian space program. In this period, a record number of 15 satellites have been realized in the area of communication, navigation, remote sensing and space science. The most important Indian navigation constellation, NAVIC. He was born on 2nd July 1958 and he was graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering and postgraduates in Electronics and holds PhD in Engineering. Joined in ISRO in 1982, he began his career at ISAC as a team member to design and develop the software satellite simulator. Dr. Annadurai has made significant contribution to the India's first lunar mission, Chandrayaan-1, as its project director. The project has won many appreciation and awards, including the prestigious Space Pioneer Award 2009 for its innovative cost design, effective design, and international cooperation, and the historical discovery of water on the moon. So we are very proud. He has received many awards and notable among them are Padma Shri Award for Science and Technology in 2016, one of the highest civilian awards by Government of India. He received many doctorate of science from Pondicherry Central University, Anna University, University of Madras and MGR University, Chennai. He received so many awards, which few are ISRO Merit Award in 2009, ISRO Outstanding Achievement Award in 2014, ISRO received Outstanding Quality Man 2009 by NIQR Bajaj Award. Laurels not only stopped at our own nation, his achievement has reached to the international space and he has received also International Academy of Astronauts 2013 as an Junior Achiever of the Year 2009 and listed in Dinamar Union Achiever of the Year 2009. He has written so many books. Also, to be proud that Dr. M. Annadurai life and work are mentioned in the 10th Standard Science Textbook of Tamil Nadu State, India. His people, as we know about the moon missions of our country, also a man who is also a creator, a different perspective, how innovatively we can think, how the leaders can be created. And definitely we are proud, sir. And you have given 2 days before a short video. Definitely I think post-COVID is going to give a lots of lesson for us. And India is going to be back with all your leadership and your support. And we also pray to God that you should be very active and healthy for the India's enabled technology to be grown up. Few words of it, I would like to invite our Padma Shri Dr. Mailsamy Annadurai to initiate the inaugural speech for this Energython 2020. Sir, please.
Thank you, Gogol and Dr. Ramesh and other panelists and the people who have joined through online this seminar. It's really we are talking about Earth Day and green engineering. I think this is the concept in which I think we are going to have a marathon session of nearly 6 themes you are taking, and today you are deliberating, and the overall thing looks very encouraging, especially when you are talking about today. Today, when we talk about the thing of COVID-19, when we are locked down here, and I'm happy to understand that this webinar on World Day represents a large part of the world today, with the participation of the distinguished panelists, as was told, brief to be yesterday. Probably people will be participating in some form or other to it and discuss about what is needed today and where we stand, things like that. Again, it's refreshing to see the topics of deliberation and the field experts take. As rightly told in the Vidya, the combinations of the colors which makes the things white. Similarly, to get the world green, you have to be very inclusive of our activities point of view, and that way, I think today seminar also symbolically indicating panelists or the participants point of view. You have a good number of teams, good number of scientists are there, professors I'm seeing activists. So that way, it's a wide spectrum of people also participating, making this forum as more inclusive. Again, in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, the way in which we conduct this international meet, again, to exemplify one with the minimum cost or even nil travels, the real green conference. I think that's another, the bottom line. Now, probably even the COVID-19 post also, similar things we go with even the conferences, we're talking about the green, also going as the green. It's really an interesting thing we are talking about. Yes, at the start of the session, Dr. Ramesh was talking about various methods in which to bring in the sustainability for the green world under the whatever the United Nations the common system providing, and how engineering disciplines can come together and work in the various fields, all the way from agri to the tractable digital world. Still, how it can be green, such that it can be sustained, so that the work what we live is worth living, and be able to hand over so that they live very happily. And towards that, if you look at the overall the green engineering perspective point of view, I could see a good number of principles being listed out. That probably maybe core of my thought today. That coming to the next level of how we to do some sort of guidelines, some sort of roadmap put there for the various facets of this so-called green engineering that will help. So that will be mostly part and parcel of upcoming sessions, which is going to be the full day long session. Yeah. So when I feel the first and foremost thing is designers need to strive to ensure that all material and energy inputs are as inherently non-hazardous as possible. I think this should be a bottom line of our future. Yes, already it started, but initially you look at here after the things like that would happen. the revolutions of what happened in the overall engineering point of view was how we can optimally arrive at so that the minimum labor with that maximum output like that what we talked about. But now over and above that, designers either in terms of the building or in terms of machineries or in terms of whatever we're talking about, we have to strive to ensure that all materials and energy inputs to that thing and again outputs are as friendly on the product as possible. Now you look at the car, I think automobile systems, you can see that how we are deviated from that and how that is creating a problem for the world environment. You will be seeing that. So in future you have to see to that the energy inputs and outputs are as friendly on the others as possible. Having told that, then it is prevent. Now what is happening is now you look at here COVID-19 also is to prevent rather than once it comes how to manage. Same thing will happen to the steering also. Better to prevent waste than to treat or clean up waste after it is formed. Okay, and instead of coming out, yes, we have worked out some engineering solutions how to treat or how to clean up the waste. But prevent the waste than to treat it clean up. I think that should be the bottom line of the disciplines across the engineering discipline concerned, so that we actually it is engineers who made the world of today. And again, it is our responsibility to ensure that whatever we do, whatever we doing is preventing. Separation. Now, even if it is coming the waste, the separation purification operation of the waste should be designed to minimize the energy consumption and material use. I think that is another way. So that may look like as simple as that, but basically when waste happening, it's first separate there and purify there, and such that energy consumptions and material use for that we are able to reduce it. In case we have to still continue for the cleaning up, treating of the waste. So now then beyond that, thinking over something like that, products and processes to be designed to maximize mass, energy, space, and time efficient. I think you know that good number of engineers know that. Just I'm trying to underscore this also be kept in mind, so that not only product, the process in which the product is realizing, and the system which makes that to happen, all the three should be coherently work together, such that it is to maximize the mass, energy, space, and the time efficiency. Either you are talking from first to the food product, whatever coming there, it should be as maximally as possible, whatever harvested, that's much of that, and without losing its inherent essential things what is happening in the harvest, it reaches there within minimal time, and still for longevity of the system also concerned. Must be able to do that. I think that is the thing wherein engineering, even let us assume from the field to the table. Okay, now whether the wheat or rice or whatever, the fruits, whatever we are harvesting, and how maximally whatever we harvested it is to the table. And while doing it, how minimally energy is put out there. How we can do it. I think engineering has to point that needs to be done, so that waste, whatever we harvested, is not going away daily and being used for the humanity, so that the world is green on that point. Similarly, same way the products, process, and system should be outputful rather than the input pushed through. There is a need should be there. Towards the need, we have to realize. Rather than make something, yes, having made something, people have been tempted to use. I think one such thing is various wastes of our cell phones keep coming. Version after version keep coming. Because of that, people are going for that. I think this one such thing.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay.
So definitely waste can be reduced, and because of that, older versions are thrown out, and then waste management is called for. So these are all the very many facets. So this is basically we talk about an overall systematic. I think we more towards the must be viewed as an investment when making the design choices on recycle, reuse, or beneficial disposal. I think this is the things we should achieve to that. This is what in very various forms. What sort of ethics to be followed by the engineering discipline. Taking a reuse or beneficial disposal point of view. Just be addressed to that. And again, another point which comes time and again is the targeted durability. Means that whatever we design, buildings, bridges, dams, you talk about all the way from the cell phone. Okay, basically nothing can be immortal. Okay, whatever the engineering solutions we give, immortality is impossible. We understand, but still, the targeted durability should be a design goal. I think that should be kept in mind rather than the saleability and comes with another word. I think this is basically goes more like a green world. We need a green way of thinking. That means the ethics should be such that the targeted durability should be a design goal. And then after the durability, how we are able to recycle and get back also should be bottom line of that. So that we are definitely immortality is impossible for any product, but definitely to target durability such that at the end of that it gradually, gracefully it degrades, and the system is not becoming a waste. How we have recycled. That's also the bottom line of the design goals concerned. And the design for unnecessary capacity or capability. This again it comes the same way. That means this is basically look at here one size fits all. This is the concept elsewhere people talk about. That means if you build it there, it goes for everything. But that may not be the correct, because what is required can be designed rather than a generalistic thing, which many of the places may not face. That means solutions should be considered as a design flaw. Actually, that means one size fits all. It should be considered as a design flaw. I think this is a debatable thing, but overall, you look at case by case, we should ensure that the extra capability, extra capacity being designed is not going as a waste. It's not going as a even to build an energy waste and to maintain its energy space, time, money waste. And again, we are at the end, even up till its full durability, full life, we are not using it. It's going to be a creator. The one such thing is, I think everyone of our houses would have known. The vacuum cleaner comes with so many things is coming. Yes, it's a very, very interesting thing. Using the vacuum cleaner, many things we can do. But the bottom line is, just you can put check in your houses, how much of that we have really used it. Okay, and also how much we have, because of the not that, and the design aspect in between that. Materials they put in there. It's just an example. Like that, any general purpose thing has its own pitfalls. I think that is the case to be deliberated and things that it's not happening overall design purpose. And then you look at the materials. When you come to the materials point of view, material diversity in multi-component products should be minimized. And this, whatever I told this previous point of view, it comes in different forms. Okay, and a multi-component product, that product is meant for not only for many things we are doing. So material diversity is being minimized. So many materials we are using it. That also gets to be so that to minimize promote the disposability and the value retention. Value retention means when recycling. That's it's called upon. Once it's they told here, the durability is over. That its life is over. So when you are getting back, the value retention also kept in mind. Disassembly, and some of them can be reused. Some parts can be reused, but the disassembly and retention should be kept in mind, such that the whatever effort done there, it's not being able to retain, retention not possible, and reuse not possible. It will not happen. So I think that should also be kept in mind. Overall design aspects and realizing the product pointer. You look at here, the design of products, process and systems must include integration and interconnectivity with available energy and material. I think this also is kept in mind. This is the conventionally an engineering practice was used, but slowly this is trying to change in the name of monopoly, the name of a single brand, in the name of commercial things, various reasons. It changed. It is some sort of violation is taking place. But instead of that, definitely I think we should improve and see to that. The design of product, process and system include integration, interconnect with the available energy material flow. Okay, a novelty material, a novelty way of doing it, such that your product is special in the world. That's alone way. Overall ethics point of view, it creates in the world of sustainability, the world where like green vote. I think this is, I feel as some sort of violation happening by the engineering capacity. That needs to be deterred. Somehow you have to discourage such efforts. Products, process and system should be designed for performance in a commercial afterlife. This again it comes in the as I told, reuse retention point of view, and after that means of life is over, also how it comes. The recycling, not only recycling, how it can be done is like different thing. For example, to a dwelling place, even the vehicle, things like that, how it can be used. I think that also probably we have to think and do it point of view. And material energy input should be renewable rather than the depleting. I think this is very important. Now you look at here, this is going to happen. I think that now you look at 90, what really has happened today. Not many people have, of course, yes, pandemic things across the globe has happened many times. There's nothing new. But only thing is, after long lapse it has come, after the plague or malaria. Of course, recently started Ebola of the day, but it is not gone through the pandemic mode. But somehow it's survived. But yes, previous generations has a story of a similar thing, whatever happened today. Even much more stronger casualty also happened. But somehow, because of science and technology advancement, something like that, even if it comes to be able to survive, I think some sort of feeling was there. But now COVID-19 has taken that out. Similarly, you look at the engineering point of view, whatever the energy inputs we use in terms of electricity, in terms of fossil fuels, whatever you use, that energy inputs is renewable rather than the depleting. That means that now predominantly with our engineering solutions which make use of the fossil fuels in a big question mark. Fossil fuels, that means we cannot use from tomorrow onwards. Let us assume it comes very short time, okay, and because of environmental effect or because of the way in which the oil going in commercially and things like that, something happens. Similarly, another thing is the water. In a deep trouble. Such a situation is really positive, keep moving. Towards that, are we ready to equip ourselves? Are we ready to counter that? I think that today, with you look at the do it the best. But similar thing will happen to the engineering fraternity. The engineering fraternity needs to see this. I think that's what will happen. Engineering fraternity will has to respond such a scenario when it happens. So towards that, definitely we have to equip ourselves. That means say the energy input what we use may not be available tomorrow. Okay, that is one way. Another way is water, which is a really essential thing today. Let us assume tomorrow it gets such a polluted mode, even our consumption is finding it difficult. Let us assume it gets there. Towards that, where we stand, I think that is basically in this time period when I think we should have the answers for that. And towards that, I think I am trying to do my part. You know that India is in the textile industry and leather industry. A lot of employment opportunities created, and a lot of even GDP growth good percentage came. And but slowly, one side we are losing the age competition with the other countries. Purely because that the industries are not able to sustain the environmental effects, what is being said today for the knitting industry and the cannery leather industry. The waste management is going to be a big question mark. The question mark is the waste management, each puts into the effluent, putting too much water polluted scenery is happening there. Because of that, one side they are using the competitive edge, but another side it's creating a good amount of pollutant system. For example, Nile River is completely polluted. So that how to revive is a big question mark. Just that is an example. We are working. Not only that, whatever the water starved situation to be from, it can sustain without water. And that means just the quantum of water you go, within that itself it can survive. That is the one way. And the another way is the waste, whatever has happened, waste becomes a usable. And we are working in making the industry level, the scaling it up is happening there. Giving a good answer globally, even the knitting industry and cannery industry going to get green. I think that's what will happen. So similarly, probably in the future, so scenario is very much good. Industries are coming. Probably need to be seen to that what it generates versus what input, not in terms of money, not in terms of material, not in terms of labor. What is the quantum of water it takes in? Okay, and that quantum of water, is it commensurate with the what output coming? I think that is. Industries have to work in a way. What input it? For example, car industry, it generates some few thousands of laborers and a few millions of dollars it generates, and a few many things are happening. But what is the input it takes for the water? I think it's huge amount. Similarly, for the knitting industry, similarly. Future engineering solutions, what we talk about, the water should be a parameter, and such that the water, whatever it takes, whatever it for the green world point of view, the engineers have a lot more to do, and the COVID-19 has given a alarm bell for us. And what is happening today in the health industry, I think the day is not far. The engineering industry, engineering professions also driven to the wall to come out with a solution at the earliest. So at this point of time, the World Day, when we are meeting and discussing, I think with all these points will be taken, it should be taken care, and such that we have, as a community, engineering community, to keep the world green. We have the answers, we have the ethics, we have the plan. I think that if we are able to come out, definitely it will serve its purpose for that. Towards that, the organizers, what they have done is a commendable job, and let it be recorded, let it be documented, and I think we can take the policy makers also in a better way. With that, my best wishes for the entire day's proceedings to go of taking the world green from engineering perspective point of view. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful speech of the inaugural session. Definitely, I think the participant speakers and our panelists have been gained with lots of knowledge. And definitely, I think the world has seen so many disaster management. If you see 1920, the Spanish flu, which the entire European has come back, and World War II, the Japan has lifted up. I think COVID-19 could have given a place for Vision 2020. The dreams of Abdul Kalam is going to be enlightened from the day that is going to happen in our country, and Earth is getting cleaned by itself. through the way we are seeing it now. Ganga, we can see it is clean, and we can able to see the transparency of the. Definitely, it is cleaning by itself, and definitely, as a human being, it is our own suggestions to make a cleaner and greener of the earth, and that is our own society. So, sir, you have given lots of value additions for the engineering thoughts, and definitely, I think this, the participants and the younger generation of almost 29 years of age group populated country in the world, and they are going to lead the country in our next perspective of 10 years, and it's going to happen. And thank you so much, sir. I think you have said so many things about the environment condition and material usage and carbon print and GDP growth. Movement in our country, and that's going to happen at how the Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan is launched by the hand, and this is also going to be taken with different shape. So thank you so much, sir, for your presence as well as your wonderful talk. So may I invite Dr. Ramesh to give an introduction about Karuna Singh to initiate our talk.
Karuna Singh is the Earth Day Network consultant for South Asia with the designation Regional Director. Earth Day Network is a global environmental NGO headquarters in Washington, D.C. The organization engages with more than 50,000 partners. Their ongoing commitment include board membership of the Global Environment Facility program. She also chairs their committee for the Northeast region of India. Has been invited by the Asia Pacific Network for Global Challenge Research, Japan, to provide expert advice to develop a South Asian hub for collaborative research and capacity building towards climate preparedness and change management. She is regularly called upon to make presentations. This includes speaking at the 2015 UN Conference of Parties 21 in Paris on women panchayat leaders and the environment. Ms. Singh has also spoken at conference in Myanmar, Philippines and Thailand. She was also one of 6 NGO representatives from across the world chosen to make a presentation to the UN Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. Ms. Singh was the lead presenter at a meeting of embassy heads in Bangkok on ways to help the city grow more environment friendly, as well as at an Asian seminar held at Pyeongtaek on invitation of the government of Myanmar. In India, she speaks regularly at several platforms. Ms. Singh has authored several articles and e-books. Before joining the Earth Day Network, Ms. Singh was a senior executive with the United States Consulate General for Eastern India, where she worked for over 24 years. At the Consulate, her work spanned the 12 states of Eastern and Northeastern India. As the region has international border with Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Myanmar and Nepal, Ms. Singh also worked on cross-border issues. Her major portfolio include environmental affairs. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. And very opt the Institution of Green Engineers. Ma'am, welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Just those who are viewing it, I am Karuna Singh, not Monodeep Dutt. That appears to be an office person's name put on the Zoom over there. So it's an honor to be here, especially with is listening. We're so proud of all the work you have done. And it is people like you that showed us how finite the world is. Because of the first Apollo mission that went up in 1968, the first photograph it took was of the Earth. It was called Earth. homes, our cities, our countries, our continent to see a composite planet. Till then, we could not imagine that there was this small ball that was our planet that had no political boundaries that you could see from space, only geographic ones. And it was that earthlings first. So, Dr. Annadurai, unless you can quickly take us and make us inhabit the moon, we have no other place to go to. We just have to stay on Earth, and so we have to look after Earth. That is so very crucial. In 1970, on 22nd April, there was the first Earth Day in the US. This was led by a young student, somebody of the age of 19 who is there, one big advantage. The other thing is that it has shown us
question of rethinking and
Really very much excited to take this forward and reach out to maximum people adopting this measure, because small cumulative efforts will have very large impact, and we have seen a perfect example of it when we see the data from what happened as we moved into lockdown. I was just looking up the data. First few weeks of March, the energy demand was approximately point something billion units. And there was another very big data listing of how small efforts can have large impact is when almost 9 million where we saw the cut to be approximately 12 to 13 gigawatt. I have just been looking into data. It went down to approximately from 117 gigawatt to 85 gigawatt, which is about 31 million units of electricity. So that's exactly what Green Line is offering. They have concretely defined, quantified, which comes down to 9 actionable steps. And even if we miss out on one of them, still we manage to save 1 unit of electricity on daily basis. Now, if just imagine a day where we have 1 crore of people participating in such initiatives, saving electricity every year. And we all know it's not just losses, there is a lot of water that is consumed, and there is so many positive aspects to that just 1 unit of electricity. So I'm really fascinated with this initiative as Earth Day Network. We are very proud to take this forward together with the team of engineers,
And that's it. Wish all the speakers and all the participants all the best for this amazing initiative. And as our regional director also pointed out, we at Earth Day really look forward to working with all of you, connect with all of you, and work personally. Please reach out to us for anything that you think where we can collaborate. We are happy to work with partners because we as a network really believe in the power of partnerships and being the common custodians of the earth. Let's all work together. This is a great opportunity for us to create mass awareness. This is the time where we can get people's attention more and work together to raise the collective consciousness for making a sustainable planet. Thank you, everyone, and all the best for the day forward. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ajay Mittal, as well as our Aruna Singh. The Energy Zone 2020 is going to end up this inaugural session. But definitely, I think the Energy Day is celebrating its 50th year. And may not we see the 50 years, we have not seen such a kind of a lockdown. But the Earth has taken this 50th year to clean the complete Earth, and given it's going to give back. I think even this lockdown of COVID-19 would have not happened. We are celebrating this Earth Day may not give much voice. Now I think probably we say that the Earth is getting cleaned by itself, and so many ecosystem is going to build, and definitely I think we are going to see the new Earth from this COVID-19, and the 51 years of our Earth Day can be celebrated much more, and we can make a lesson learned what we have done in 2020. So thank you so much for Director Climatic Change India and South Asia Earth Day Network. So for your presence as well as for your guest of honor speech, definitely I think we wanted to work with you for a long period of time, and we will try to see how this Earth can be linked with a greener and cleaner. Also incorporate this SDG goal. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it's a time that we are going to end up this inaugural session. So we have the theme of 6 and the first session, which we are going to start at another 5 minutes. So before that, I think we would be displaying a few videos related to environment as well. Theme 1, the SDG goal, clean water and sanitation on the climatic action goal 13. So the first speaker is going to be a Dr. Daniel Chellappa, who is an eminent nuclear scientist, Chennai. He is going to talk about the water, that is Tamil Nadu's first technology-enabled, eco-friendly Nani Gramam. Sundar Rajan, who is from Pooligal Nanbargal, he is going to talk about on the theme or topic, climatic change and its impacts on our earth. And we have engineer Peter Rajan, who is a chemist retired from TNEB, and he is going to give a talk on quality of water available in Tamil Nadu. So thank you for all the partners as well as started its session from now at the sharp time of 10:40. So definitely I think the session will continue till 22 hours. The environmental videos right now. Dr. Bala?
Yeah. Yes, Gopal.
You display some videos.
Okay.
Loss be India's gain. The coronavirus outbreak is a global crisis. It is a major health challenge for India too, but it is also an opportunity. It's a chance for India to wean businesses away from China and bring them here. Guess what? It's already happening. Foreign businesses based in China want to move out, and they're looking at India as their new home. Not one or two, but as many as 1,000 companies have reached out to India. They're engaged in discussions with Indian officials at various levels. At least 300 companies are actively pursuing production plans. They belong to industries and sectors like mobiles, electronics, medical devices, textiles, and synthetic fabric. Korean companies are making the first move. Reports say the Korean consulate in Chennai has received a number of requests. 2 requests are from iron and steel companies. Another one from the hospitality sector. some startups have also shown interest in moving from China to India. India is being seen as a solid alternative, a global manufacturing destination going forward. The coronavirus outbreak has exposed how lopsided the global supply chains are. Companies want to reduce their dependence on China now, and India is emerging as a viable option. So which companies could come to India? There are reports that give some clear indications. Apple's manufacturing partner, Wistron Corporation, is reportedly interested in shifting to India. Pegatron, the company that assembles the iPhone, is also considering India.
Everything in the world is made in China, but COVID-19 vaccine is most likely going to be made in India. Yes, right now in India, companies are already making millions of doses of COVID-19 test vaccines. And if things go right, we might get the real one soon. This is the story of how the world is on the way to developing the fastest vaccine ever. As of today, the 28th of April, COVID-19 infected over 3 million people globally, and it is not going anywhere until we find a solution. This is why 80 companies around the world are searching for a vaccine, and they are searching fast.
Now, the race to develop a vaccine to fight the coronavirus is underway around the world.
A vaccine usually takes 6 to 7 years to develop, but this is an emergency, and we work towards developing the vaccine 5 times faster. How is this speed even possible, you may ask? Well, COVID-19 is similar to other types of coronaviruses like SARS or MERS. In the past, vaccine trials already passed many of these steps before being abandoned when these coronaviruses went away on their own. Now, using this previous experience, the governments are willing to give COVID-19 scientists a chance to be more experimental. At the University of Oxford, scientists are testing a vaccine on 800 humans, and they hope to have a vaccine by September 2020. This is fast, and if it works, this will be the fastest vaccine ever developed. But they need to produce a lot of them, not 1 or 2 billions. And that's where India comes. India has the largest pharmaceutical company in the world, the Serum Institute of India. They can produce 1.5 billion vaccines every year, much more than any production company in the US or even in China.
Indian scientists are currently testing a multi-purpose vaccine.
This gives us hope not only because of the amount of vaccines, but also because of the costs. India can produce a vaccine at an average price of 0.5 cents. 0.5 cents to save a life. That's why Oxford gave India their test coronavirus vaccine, and right now they are making 40 million of them without even knowing if it works. The CEO said, "The decision is at my own risk and cost because I want to fight COVID-19. This is amazing. Once again, the humanity can only win if we all come together. Right now, India is known as the country that imposed the largest lockdown in the history of our planet, 1.3 billion people. But in the future, who knows? It may be known as the country that helped save the world. And that's news worth of sharing."
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Bala. I think that the reality what we are seeing right now in the world, and the world is looking forward the vaccine, and India is going to play a very big role on it. So let us initiate the first session on the theme of SDG Goals 6 and 13. We have Dr. Daniel Chellappa, the eminent nuclear scientist, Chennai. To give a brief introduction, let me welcome Rangarajan, professor from Velamal Engineering College, Chennai, to introduce Dr. Daniel Chellappa before the session starts. Rangarajan, please.
Thank you, Gokul sir. It's an energetic and warm, wonderful morning to be in this session, EnergyThon 2020. It's a premier virtual show in the whole world. And here I am going to welcome Dr. J. Daniel Chellappa. He is an eminent nuclear scientist. He is following all the way the path of Abdul Kalam. the most respected scientist and our father of nation, we can call him like that, Abdul Kalam sir. He is following his path, and he has done majorly many impacts in all over India in many sectors. For the short notice we can start with, he was the president for consecutively 2 years last year, the Federation of Science in Tamil Nadu, which was started by Abdul Kalam sir. And lastly, if you are seeing the major breakthrough, he will be following always Abdul Kalam sir as lab to land, LLP model, lab to land. Whatever you are doing, it's not enough to keep in the laboratory itself. It should be coming to the public. That is a model what Abdul Kalam sir was insisted, and Daniel Chalapa sir was most in that. In the last it was called as Pungudi, and in which with the help of the collector, Nilgiri collector, IAS Divya, with the help of another NGO called Nova, he built a water treatment plant over there, which is 100%, it is portable for the people who developed in Mumbai. It was taken to a very small remote village in India. It is one of the first kind of project to be installed in India, and the water which is portable, it is free from polio and all. It is called as Natnid Gramam. The translation is portable water enabled village. If you are seeing more thing about Daniel Chalapa, he has a widespread interest in many things, in leadership roles, and serves the country with dedication. And he is a part of Jal Shakti, eco restoration of holy temples, tanks, rivers, and water bodies. He is a member of Smart City, has made some significant roles in Chennai Smart City Mission also, and Swachh Bharat, AMRUT, skill development and entrepreneurship, and Make in India, healthcare, providing clean, safe and hygiene, affordable drinking water, and agriculture and Kisan well-being, food processing, prisoners rehabilitation, inclusive growth of governance, rural and tribal. Is a popular science communicator, for excellence and motivator, and much admired mentor of next generation scientists and engineer. Is a well-known for his pioneering endeavors and accomplishment in human resource development management. Sir, we are very proud to be in this Energython 2020. Sir, it's your stage now, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Our friends from IGEN. Thank you, Professor, for the introduction. And Dr. Gogul, Mr. Balamurugan, and other office bearers of IGEN, and co-sponsors, co-organizers of this important event, Energython wedding, on the important day again when we celebrate this 50th year of this our year. So it gives me great pleasure to be on this day, and the whole globe is fighting against one virus, unknown enemy, and as on date, we can say that India is able to stand up to that, and relatively about another precautionary measures where another virus is being eliminated from the drinking water and all. So before getting into that, I would like to request our organizer just to have my PPT first page.
Yeah, I think English can be there, sir, because all over India.
Okay, good, all over India. Excellent, no issue. See now, even if you see this, our UN, that is, the SDG, that point number 6, if you see, access, bringing access to all the people to premier organizations like BRC, ISRO, IITs, IISc, CSR laboratories. So many of the organizations work out many projects, and then they keep implementing so that all people in India should get a very clean drinking water. So that is a major thing. And one of the I will just get into that. Before that, I just want to recap. Over the listeners. Maybe we will all know that recently NGT passed an order that the RO wherever it's not required should not be used. So when it see, first of all, Jal Shakti Ministry, all ministry talking about water conservation. Because water is going to be major. Conserve it, and we should be able to use it at the best. Best possible way without wasting any amount of water. So wherever possible, we should be able to recycle it. So that is back of the mind. That is our main thing. And then why this? NGT has passed order. It is there given very clearly. Wherever water is supplied by government agencies or wherever the source of water is as per BS specifications, that is mainly TDS is within 500. So this 10500 says TDS should be between 100 and 500. So that means wherever it is applicable, we are not supposed to again once use RO process for once more purifying it. And two reasons they are giving. One is most of the minerals will be drained out, and what you take is maybe just water or a few mineral content only. So it goes less than 100. It's not healthy. So another one important thing what they pointed out is whenever you do RO on treated water, the water which comes to your house or your factory or wherever if your potable water is coming supplied by municipal corporation. Places like Kaveri Basin where naturally the water is less than 500 and TDS less than 500. Again, you are wasting a lot of water. For every liter, you may have to drain out and approximately 2 or 3 liters. So that's a very logical thing because you are depriving your poor residents or your own people taking this potable water supplied by the government or the private sources. So that strategy where this substitute for this RO wherever possible. So one of the technologies developed by BRC, I will be explaining. Where this RO is used, mostly in cities and urban areas, you will find, just give the first slide itself, then introduction will finish up and then go. Possible, we are supposed to use this only. Maybe very soon it may become the order of the day also. Government may start implementing it also. So then we have to provide the alternative. So what this BRC technology is a membrane. So I will just give the idea about that membrane. So when somebody goes for this RO commercial solution, when you buy in the market, each is costing around 10 or 20,000, 15,000. Now, why is it so much costly? And again, it is not enough, then you have to go for an AMC. So that means some technician has to come once in 3 months or 6 months or in a year, and he has to maintain it. So you have to pay for this AMC also. Most of the, this AMC will exclude an important component of the water purifiers, that is cartridge they call it. So what is this cartridge? This is something which is important and also which is purifying the drinking water. Okay. So then, if it is not covered, then it will be use and throw model. With use and throw, you have to again shell out every year or every 6 months when it gets clogged. You have to pay another 2 or 3,000 or 4,000 for replacing it. It wastes a lot of water. Every home, if you see, every hotel, the people who use this RO system for treated water, they are unknowingly or knowingly wasting a lot of water. With this in background, suppose imagine a water purifier which is available, very minimum cost-effective manner. Let us say around 800 or 1,000 rupees per year. Again, which does not require any electricity. Commercial model, all these RO purifiers, they use electricity. And just imagine if a water purifier doesn't require any electricity, it's again good. It gets in and comes out purified. it purifies all microorganisms, including poliovirus, and then no water is wasted, even not even a single drop. If 100 liters get in, and 100 liters can come out. So again, with the water conservation, it is very much helping. Doesn't require electricity. So another thing, suppose it is made user friendly. That means there's no technician required. Whoever available at home, maybe husband or wife or elderly people or anyone who is able to clean it and reuse it again. Then again, it's a major. You don't need to depend on a technician or anyone. So there are many advantages like this. So now, next slide, please. Just give some of the main technologies which we are going to talk about in this presentation. Yeah. So this, whatever I said briefly given the previous slide. Now you see, this is the model. This is
format. So we all are familiar with this water purifier candle format, conventional one. Same format, and the membrane is water over it. So that means anybody can clean it just with a simple, sponge. 5 rupees, 10 rupees you pay, get a sponge in the market, then you can clean it. How it differs from the conventional one? The commercial one, whatever available as on it, most of the things they will say, it is a have membrane in different format, maybe capillary or other format, and you may not have access to clean it also, it will seal. So it has to be replaced, use on the road type of thing, then again you only have to purchase. But here, no technician required, simply you can just open it, and then you can, with the sponge you can clean it. So that's a major advantage here. So, and it doesn't require any electricity. And whatever pressure difference, like the water tank or municipal water supply tank pressure, that is sufficient. Even 5 to 35 psg is enough. There's automatically the water goes into it and then you fill water. So what, as I already told you, it removes all microorganisms. Okay, it does not, it will not reduce your PDS control, mineral content will not be affected at all. So that was the main thing brought on by our engineer also, and there is no wastage of water. So installation is very simple. Nobody is required. Just two screws are sufficient. You can just screw it also. Next slide. Yeah, this is how it looks. Very simple. So the right hand side, if you see, it is the open condition given now. And the left hand, what you see, the left hand side, the candle, that is the membrane coating is done. The membrane was developed by BRC scientists, Government of India, right? So now how to make it reach it out to large public. See, when you go to shop, you should have this type of water purifier. So what BRC has done it, they have developed many technologies, membrane technologies, and the technology matured and tested. The proven technology, membrane technologies have been transferred to many industries, many entrepreneurs, especially MSME sector. So that means now in the country you can see more than 100 people already started manufacturing it, and many workshop and practical training have been given in Tamil Nadu. Also, 6 companies have started in Tamil Nadu. One in Madurai, one in Tirupur, and Delhi, and then 2 in one in Chennai. And then only 6 companies have come up in Chennai. So as I told you, because all the also because all off the shelf in the market. So it's not Basically, now we are talking about corona.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Sir. ஐயா உங்க பிபிடியை கொஞ்சம் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுருங்களா? பிபிடியை கொஞ்சம் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுருங்களா? ஓ வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் அனுப்பிச்சிட்டீங்களா? வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுருங்க. யாருக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கீங்க? எனக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? ஓ ஓகே. எனக்கு அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுருங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்பில். நான் இங்கே ஷேர் பண்ணுறேன். சொல்லுங்க. அவர் ஃபோன் பிக்கப் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறாரு. சரி, ஓகே. அந்த கிராவிடாஸ் பண்ணும். சரி சரி சரி, அதுக்கு தான் சுச்சுவேஷனு எனக்கு தெரியல. நீங்கள் 2 வீடியோஸ் நல்லா எடுத்து வைங்கன்ட்டு, அதனால. சரி சரி, ஓகே ஓகே. இந்த சுச்சுவேஷன் என்ன பார்த்துக்கலாம். ஓகே. ஐயா சொல்லுங்க. சரிங்க, நான் இப்போ இது ஷேர் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். நான் கொஞ்ச நேரத்தில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் ரெடியாகவும் இருங்க. உங்கள் சிஸ்டத்துலேருந்து ஷேர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. அப்படி இல்லைன்னா எனக்கு வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணலாம். என்கிட்டயும் இருக்கட்டும் பேக்கப், அதுக்காக சொல்கிறேன். சரிங்களா? உங்களுக்கு ஆக்சுவலாக ஐயா ஐயா உங்களுக்கு ஆக்சுவலாக கோவிலுடைய நண்பர்கள் இன்னும் ஜாயின் பண்ணல. அவன் ஜாயின் பண்ணுறேன்னாரு. இன்னும் 10 நிமிஷத்துக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ணீங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் நேரம் கழிச்சு நம்ம வந்து உங்களோட செஷன். சரிங்களா? ஒரு வீடியோ போடுங்க. அதனால நீங்கள் ப்ரிப்பேர்டாக இருங்க. சொன்னாலும் நீங்கள் ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. சரிங்களா? ஓகே. நீங்கள் இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே பேசலாம். சரிங்களா? ஓகே.
Sorry about that. Wonderful
சார் ஐயா வணக்கங்க, பாலமுருகன் பேசுறேங்க ஐயா. இந்த செஷனுக்கு நீங்க ஆட் பண்றதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது சிக்கல் இருக்குங்களா ஐயா? இல்லைங்க, உங்க செஷன் உங்க ஸ்கிரீன்ல இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுல சிக்கல் வரும். நீங்க இப்போ வாட்ஸ்அப்பும் இதுவும் லேப்டாப்ல இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னா அந்த ஐடி போடுங்க. இல்ல நீங்க போட வேணாம், ஜஸ்ட் ஜாயின் மட்டும் கொடுங்க, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா பாத்துக்கலாம். சரிங்களா? சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க. இப்போ அப்படியே லைன்ல வச்சுட்டு நீங்க ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க. அப்படியே ஜாயின் கொடுங்களேன். வேற ஏதோ ப்ரௌசர் இருந்தா க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு ஜாயின் மட்டும் கொடுங்க. அப்படியே ஜாயின் ஆகும். நான் உடனே ஆட் பண்ணிடுறேன். நீங்க லைன்ல இருக்கீங்க, பண்ணுங்க. வருதுங்களாங்க? சரி சரி சரி. இருங்க இருங்க, இன்னும் வரலைங்களே. இன்னும் வரவே இல்லைங்க. இருங்க, இப்போ உங்க மெயில் ஐடி என்னங்க சொல்லுங்க. HNS கரெக்டுங்களாங்க? HNS ஐயா திரும்ப சொல்லுங்க. சுந்தர் @HNS online ரைட்டுங்களாங்க? இப்போ அப்படியே செக் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன், அப்படியே மெயில்ல பாருங்க. வருதா? மெயில்ல பாருங்க. ஆமாங்கய்யா ஆமாங்கய்யா. இப்ப அதுல கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க, ஜாயின் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. ஐயா நீங்க ஏதாவது ஜூம் சைன் இன்ல இருந்தீங்கன்னா அதை சைன் அவுட் பண்ணுங்க. ஜூம் ஃபுல்லா சைன் அவுட், ஜூம்ல சைன் அவுட் பண்ணுங்க. ஜாயின் மட்டும் கொடுங்க. ஜாயின் கொடுத்தா என்ன சொல்லுது? இல்ல ஏதோ செஷன் ஆக்டிவா இருக்கு அதனால. இப்போ உங்க மொபைல்ல இருக்குங்களாங்க? மொபைல்ல ஜாயின் பண்ண முடியுமா? அட்லீஸ்ட் மொபைல் லிங்க்ல பிபிடி மட்டும் எனக்கு வாட்ஸ்அப்ல அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுருங்க. நான் வந்து ஓகே, அப்ப நான் வந்து வாட்ஸ்அப்ல வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஹாய் மெசேஜ். சரி சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க, சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க. இல்ல அந்த இமெயில் உங்களுது ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க, ஜஸ்ட் அவ்வளவுதான் உங்களுது. 2020 உங்களுதுங்களாங்க? 2020 உங்களுதா? 2020 ஜாயின் பண்ணியாச்சுங்கய்யா? ஜாயின் பண்ணியாச்சு. இல்ல 2020 இப்ப நான் அட்மிட் பண்ணனே. 20 இப்போ அட்மிட் பண்ணிருக்கேன். இப்போ நீங்க செக் பண்ணுங்க 2020 அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. நீங்க எது வழியா 2020 ஆட் பண்ணீங்க? இல்லைங்க, ஜாயிண்ட்னு வருது. ஆக்சுவலா நீங்க செஷனை மட்டும் ஓபன் பண்ணா போதும். செஷன் ஓகே 2020 உங்களுதான்னு பார்த்தேன். சரி ஓகே. ஸோ இப்போ உங்க மொபைல்ல இருக்கீங்களாங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்? இல்ல நீங்க மொபைல்ல அப்படியே வாட்ஸ்அப் ஓபன் பண்ணி எனக்கு ஒரு ஹாய் மெசேஜ் கொடுத்துருங்க. வாட்ஸ்அப் வாட்ஸ்அப்ல எதுல இருக்கீங்க? ஓகேங்க. நான் இப்போ ஹாய் கொடுத்துருக்கேங்க உங்களுக்கு. உங்களுக்கு ஹாய் வந்திருக்கீங்களாங்க? He is on the way, sir. In another 2 minutes, I will make him come. Okay. You start with Peter Rajan, sir. In the meantime, Sundar Rajan, sir, will be joining. Sir, நீங்க இப்போ உங்க செஷன்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணீங்கன்னா என்ன சார் சொல்லுது? சரிங்க சார், நீங்க கால் கட் பண்ணிட்டு அப்படியே இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிடுங்க. ஒரு செகண்ட்ல முடிஞ்சிடும். அதுக்குள்ள ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க. நான் அதுக்குள்ள வேற இன்னொருத்தர் ஜாயின் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டேன். ஸோ நீங்க இப்போ ஆராம்சே பண்ணலாம் சார். கொஞ்சம் டைம் எடுத்துக்கூட நீங்க கட் பண்ணிட்டு கூட எனக்கு கூப்பிடுங்க உடனே. சரி ஓகே சரி சார். ஐயா என்னங்க சொல்லுது? சரிங்க. இல்லைங்க பண்ணியிருக்கேன். இல்ல புரியுதுங்க. கம்பெனி அக்கௌண்ட். ஐயா நீங்க திரும்ப ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களோட நெட்வொர்க் சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க. சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க. ஜாயின் மீட்டிங் கொடுத்து டைரக்டா சைன் இன் கேட்க. நீங்க சைன் இன் கொடுங்க. சரிங்க. சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க. சைன் இன் பண்ணுங்க. சரிங்க. இப்ப ஜாயினிங் கொடுங்க. என்னங்க கொடுங்க. ஒன்னும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நீங்க கொடுங்க. உங்க இமெயில் ஐடி தான் இது. உங்களோட சைன் இன் தாங்கய்யா. உங்களோடது. நீங்க என்னவா டிஸ்பிளே ஆக போறீங்க அப்படின்றத கேட்கலாம். ஐயா இது உங்களோடது தாங்கய்யா. உங்களோடது தான் நீங்க பண்றீங்க. சரிங்களா? இல்ல நீங்க ஏற்கனவே சைன் இன் பண்ணிருந்தீங்க. இப்ப நீங்க சைன் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க இல்லைங்களா? அதனால இப்போ அது மாதிரி கேக்குது. ஐயா நீங்க ஜெனரலா உங்க ஜூம்ல சைன் இன் பண்ணீங்களாங்க? உங்களுக்கு ஜூம் ஐடி இது வரைக்கும் கிடையாது அப்படி? ஓகே. இப்போ இது வந்து உங்க இப்போ திரும்ப ஒரு டைம் கம்ப்யூட்டர் மட்டும் ரீஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்களாங்க. ரீஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு ஜஸ்ட் உங்களுக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க. இது சிக்கல் எதுவும் கிடையாது. மேபி செஷன்ல இது வரதுனால அப்படி இருக்கும். ஏற்கனவே சைன் இன் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க. அது வழியா இருக்கு. இப்போ ஓகேங்களாங்க? கோகுல் சுந்தரராஜன் சார் லைன்ல இருக்காங்க.